I don't think we're taking away. I can't think of anything that we're taking away in terms of things that used to be. Well, yeah, it's more like. Yeah, I guess there are a few tricks. Well, see, now you're exposing my ignorance of when we did what. Because,
Right.
like, for example, we were not, like, if you did a for each over an array, I believe we weren't. Maybe I think it was just in 2002 we weren't as optimal as we could have been, and so you could write the code out by hand and it would be more efficient. But then I think in 2003 we took that away, so that's not applicable to Whidbey, unfortunately.
Right.
There isn't a lot we're removing. Like there are a few new tricks. One is that we're adding a new operator called try-cast, which is equivalent to the C# as operator. I don't know how familiar you are, but basically it's sort of like, I don't know if this is too technical.
No,
but, no, okay, all right.
Our
right.
is very technical.
All right, good. Yeah,
Mine might not be technical.
Well, okay, there you go.
Watching our,
right.
They get into the C. I mean, you should see how many people watch the C++.
Oh, excellent. All right. Yeah, great. Well, yeah, I mean, try-cast is basically it's a cast operator that doesn't throw an exception if the types aren't. It just returns nothing if the types aren't compatible. So basically, a lot of times if you are taking in something that's typed as object, and you want to, the most common is say, you get something as object, and you want to say, if this thing implements IComparable, then I'm going to do this work. Otherwise, I don't want to. Today, what you have to do is you have to test whether it implements it, and then you have to cast it. And so essentially, the CLR is to do the type check, which is kind of expensive if you do it a lot of times. It has to do it twice, and try-cast sort of streamlines it into one. So you say, if this, is this IComparable? If so, give me it back as IComparable. Otherwise, give me nothing. And then you can say, what did I get back? Oh, I got back nothing. All right, don't do this work. That kind of thing. It's just a little tweak. What else? What else? That's the first one. That's the big one that comes to mind. Then there's another casting operator, direct cast, which exists today, but people don't know a lot about. And its main use is VB does a lot of things for you. Like when you're converting from object, we will do a lot of conversions for you. So if you have an integer stored in the object and you cast it to a double, we'll do the work for you. But sometimes you just know what the type is, and you don't care if it's not that type. You don't want it. So you direct cast will sort of skip a lot of the VB semantics. Kind of like what we were talking about earlier. It's like it's that backdoor out where it's like, okay, I don't need this extra work. I really appreciate you doing the extra work, but I don't need it in this case, so I'll just skip it. That kind of thing. What other things? It seems like the biggest optimizations are generics. I mean that's going to be real, and that's going to take a while to. Actually, just a second. Yeah. The generics are really going to be, I think the first thing to say is, of course, I don't know, but I'm sure Amanda said this, we are doing generics. It's one of those things. But that's the place where, you can just make really big gains because things can be specifically typed rather than, having to cast to and from object. That's like, as I look at my own VB code, that's the place where the biggest changes are coming.